can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam, it's time to break one. Call the morning steam, it's time to break one for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you, coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Wednesday, April 29th. We've got another great day of playoff action with the NBA and NHL. Try to follow up on Tuesday's games, also Major League Baseball. It's getaway day. We've got several afternoon contests here, 7-day games on the docket here today, and a little bit of night baseball as well. So we got sports all day. We got Champions League today. I don't think they can top yesterday's wild game, but we'll see what happens today when Atletico is in action here today against Arsenal. I don't know if they can get 9 goals, but I don't want to go under, but I think I'm supposed to with that game. Maybe we'll talk a little Champions League here today, and we'll preview and review some of the action here from yesterday. So thank you for joining me here on the show. You can get more picks from me every day over at winnable.com/Ramon. I'm going to try to give you some great picks right now on the morning steam here for today, but if you just can't get enough, head on over to winnable.com/Ramon. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20% off premium pick packages from me. Really what it is just more info, more action from me here. If you like what you hear from me over the next 90 minutes to 2 hours, then you're going to want to get these picks sent to you in a more timely fashion, anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes before the games start. And I send you more picks, more of my best picks over at winnable.com/Ramon. Anyone who participates in the show also will get a chance to win 1 month of the pick. So if you comment, say hello, make a pick, just say anything in the chat, you become eligible for the free subscription, 1 month of those picks over at winnable.com. All right, let's review some of the action. We got some great chatters coming in here. The chat all-stars ready to go, but let's see how we did on Tuesday night, because I know it wasn't as good a day here as it was the last couple, but we want to do review at least some of the big games here overnight, including the NBA finals from yesterday. And it was Philadelphia 76ers rocking it yesterday over the Boston Celtics. Great job by the Sixers to get this win over Boston, remain alive. I didn't think it was going to happen after we saw 2 32-point defeats in the first 4 games of the series, but the Celtics win it 113, or Sixers win it 113-97. Joel Embiid, 33 points in his second game back from his appendicitis surgery. What a great job. I mean, he looked like a little bit lifeless or listless there in his first game back. I mean, I guess that's expected, but come through strong here with 33 points. Sixers held Boston at just 11 points in the fourth quarter, so really almost a disaster there in the end. Maxey, 25 points as well in the road win. Boston still leads 3-2, so they'll get their chance, get it back, there, see what they can do when it goes back to Philadelphia, but they'll have 1 or 2 more chances to get it done here and wrap up that series, but give Philadelphia credit for remaining alive right now. They get to come back home, try to send it into a game 7. So Celtics still lead 3-2. New York Knicks over Atlanta 126-97 was Jalen Brunson. Said just give him the ball. I said yesterday on the show that it was going to be really hard for Atlanta maybe to even reach 100 points in this game. Well, you know what? I was right. Okay, we had yesterday the Knicks to cover the spread, but I didn't think the Knicks were going to get 126, even if we said that the Hawks might not get 100. Man, the Knicks went off, and it was 126-97. The Knicks led 35-22 after the first quarter, rocked them there, shot 57% from the floor, and great job by Brunson. Their man, what a blowout. Knicks lead 3-2, head out to Atlanta. Atlanta gets a shot also to try to force a 7th game still. So Knicks did what they needed to do at home to send the series on and take the lead. And, well, you know what? It wasn't all there for the Trailblazers. Spurs 114-95 as San Antonio led by 20 at halftime. De'Aaron Fox 21 points and 9 assists. Portland just 35%. Another poor shooting night for Portland actually in the game there. San Antonio jumped out to a 17-2 lead and had a 23-point lead at one point. 6 players in double figures as San Antonio, they advance. They're on their way to the next round of the NBA playoffs. And San Antonio, of course, will await the winner of the series between the Denver Nuggets and the Minnesota Timberwolves. We'll talk about that here. So the Thunder have advanced. The Spurs have advanced so far. Maybe the 2 best teams have advanced to the second round. Preview the games in just a moment. Let me say hello to some folks in the chat, and then we'll talk a little hockey recap. Robert McCormick is here today. Nick Handy's ready to go in the chat. Hope you guys are able to join the crew. We'll start talking about the big to-do, big goings-on here on the Sports Money Network over the next couple of days. Total rebrand here a little bit with razor sharp picks. Really exciting news here this week. And, man, we're going to really all just bundle up as one big fam here with all the gang. So, all right, Flea Mathis is here as well. Nuke is ready to go today. I really love the brand of the Sports Money Network. I'll tell you that. Blake M is here. Andrew K is ready to go. Cash Kane's here as well. Man, the crew is here and ready to work today. Let's see. Everybody ready? There's Twisted as well. What about the over and Sinner and Jodar today? Man, it's going to be, we just saw moments ago Anastasia Potapova win over Pliskova. I whipped on that one, man. I thought Pliskova, returning to the scene, I just thought Pliskova would be able to channel some of her greatness here, but I give a lot of credit to Potapova and winning that match here. The move was on Potapova, so shame on me a little bit there. As Pliskova, I did take her here plus 3 games, but it did not work out. I think it was 18-11 there in the end. Yes, just a few moments ago, that one just ended a short time ago there. I may have actually had I may have put the wrong information in the pick there itself. Pliskova was the pick. I think I listed it wrong on the pick. Plus 3.5 didn't matter. Did not fare well in the match. But looking forward to the rest of the matches here today. We've got coming up shortly here, Sinner and Jodar in this one. And hey, you can get my premium pick over there at winnable.com for that match between Jodar and Sinner. Looking forward to that one. We're just a short time away here right now, probably within the half hour. That one will get started. So Twisted didn't make a pick on the total. Hey, everyone, like this video and subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. And Jordy's looking for some other soccer action as well. It's not all about the big match today with Arsenal Atletico Madrid. Trying to find some other spots here today as well. So there's also some CONCACAF Champions League today with Toluca taking on LA. And appreciate that. Also here, let's see. There's Razor in the chat. Good to have Razor here as well today. All right, let me talk about the hockey here a little bit real quick. Talk about the games from yesterday. It was Boston beating Buffalo impressively 2-1. Yeah, it did go to overtime, but give Boston credit to force this series into a sixth game. They'll go home with a chance to send it to a seventh game after upsetting and knocking off Buffalo there on Tuesday. So we've seen these road teams come through. Boston come through twice on the road against Buffalo for their 2 wins. So we'll have to go into Game 6 next with Buffalo still with a chance to try to wrap this thing up here right now for Buffalo. It was for Boston. It was Pasternak with the overtime goal. Wait a minute, didn't someone in the chat say Pasta would get an overtime goal and win the game? Who was that? Wasn't it someone in the chat said that Pasta was going to get the overtime goal and win the game for Boston today? Stand up and take a bow if that was you. I'm pretty sure someone said that in the chat yesterday. Was the Minnesota Wild. Hey, we did have the Minnesota Wild. We had a winner here somewhere, right, with the Minnesota Wild, even though I couldn't come through with my hockey totals of the premiums yesterday. We had the Wild here on the show. 4-2 as the Wild scored twice in the third period, and the Wild lead. 4 games to do. They'll come home with a chance to wrap it up over Dallas in game number 6. So they take that 3-2 lead, and then late night, how about it? The Edmonton Oilers, impressive here over Anaheim. They squelched them 4-1. The Ducks blitzed early by the Oilers and just too big of a hole to even get going. The Oilers had 3 goals in the first period to knock Dostal out of the game. Draisaitl, Podkolzin, and Hyman, all with goals. The Ducks had just 2 shots in the first 18 minutes of the game. And not only that, Bill Husso actually had to come in the game, and he kind of stoned the Oilers. Otherwise, they might have got blown out of the game there yesterday. So I went with Anaheim there. Good job by Edmonton here to remain alive. Anaheim does come back for game number 6. Try to wrap it up. They're still ahead 3-2, but the Oilers play like that and they'll win again. But we'll see if the Ducks can handle the pressure when they come back home in the next one. All right, and let's take a look here. A little bit of baseball from yesterday with some of the finals here. And it was trying to cover my winners here a little bit and see what we had on the morning steam show yesterday. The St. Louis Cardinals were our winner here on over the Pittsburgh Pirates on Tuesday's Cards. We're able to get the road win again here. Victor Scott, Nolan Gorman home runs in that one for St. Louis as they were able to get the win, and we had them here on the morning steam yesterday. Leahy over Ashcraft there in that one. Also, we had a morning steam winner here with the New York Mets. What? That's right. Over Washington, Soto, Bichette, home runs in that one. They rocked in that game yesterday. Cruised to the win there for the Mets, 8-0. Got a little off their chest there for sure. Also, we had morning steam winner here. Milwaukee Brewers get it done over Arizona with an 8-run 6th inning there. Sal Frelick hit a home run in that one. Also, we had morning steam winner here with the Tampa Bay Rays. How about the 1-0 win for Tampa yesterday over the Guardians? Good pitching in that one as Tampa was able to get the win in the early start there with Nick Martinez. Another good start, man. The Guardians had just 4 hits in the game. Tampa had just 5 hits, but they had the 1 run in the 5th inning. That's all they needed. as Tampa got the win there yesterday. Also, we had a morning steam winner here with the Toronto Blue Jays in their victory over the Red Sox. Okamoto, a 2-run single in that one. Boston falls to 12 and 18. Also, morning steam hitter with the White Sox yesterday. We had them over the Angels. White Sox getting the win here yesterday with Angels now in a 1-for-8 skid. White Sox had 3 home runs in the game. Jose Soriano gave up 2 home runs and lost his first game of the season. And he was up against Davis Martin. Pretty good pitching duel. And yeah, we had the White Sox here on the show. Also, morning steam winner with the New York Yankees. Hey, why not take the Yankees in the game against the Rangers there? Yeah, it was another typical Texas game, low-scoring game. And Aaron Judge, Austin Wells hit home runs. The Yankees are 20 and 10. They won it on the road at Texas, just 3-2, another under in Arlington. All right, and let's see. One more winner was Detroit and Atlanta game to go under there in the win 5-2. Atlanta gets the win there yesterday, and we did have the under. It was Mize and Perez in that one. So a few other notes, a few other games that we didn't have winners in, but we can certainly take a look yesterday, including the Phillies over the Giants. Don Mattingly's first game as interim manager is a winner. Jesus Luzardo allowed just 2 hits in 7 innings and struck out 8. Trey Turner, we complained about him. He went 4 for 5 with 2 runs scored. Phillies shut out the Giants 7-0. It was the Marlins upsetting the Dodgers 2-1 behind Jansen Junk, blanking the Dodgers for 6 innings and out-dueling Shohei Ohtani. My man Kyle Stowers 2 for 5 with an RBI. The Dodgers are just 5 for 6 in their last 5 and 6 in their last 11 games. How about that? Also, one more here. Let's see. It was the Royals. Yeah, the Royals over Bobby Witt Jr. 3-run home run, the top of the 10th inning, gets the win as the Royals were able to knock off the Athletics there with Chris Bubich. Good pitching matchup there with Bubich and Savali, and the Royals were able to get the win. All right, everyone else is ready to go here. Public Enemy is coming in. Cleveland Pops Terrell is here. And let's see here. Andrew K's got, talking about Cam Schlittler. I hope he's okay. He's going to have to shut down his pitching in between starts for this week, and we'll see if that's a health issue or just a precaution. But I think they said that Schlittler, no throwing in between starts here right now. Let's just hope. Doesn't appear to be any problem. The statistics aren't affected any, so I think he's probably okay, but maybe there's a little fatigue. Got to worry there just a little bit about Cam. Okay, let's get ready and start the show here right now. Hopefully we've covered enough here. We've got a few other notes, I guess, heading into the weekend. Real quick, let me just cover it. Hey, if you want to get ready for this weekend's UFC card, check out BB MMA picks here for this week. They're heading down to Perth, Australia. I don't know how we're going to pull this off, but you're going to want to join us here this week, not only for BB MMA picks for that welterweight battle between Jack Della Maddalena and Carlos Prates, the Brazilian top 5 contenders in the welterweight division here this week. Maddalena suffered his first defeat last out to Makhachev, but who hasn't lost to Makhachev? Losing that title belt in the unanimous decision defeat is a plus 250 dog. But here he's up against Prates, the Brazilian, who comes in off of a round 2 knockout win over former champ Leon Edwards in November back at UFC 322 as a 120 favorite. So a real good card, top 5 contenders in the welterweight division this week. And we preview that fight and 2 others with Dan Tom, MMA analyst for the Action Network and USA Today MMA Junkie. So check it out here on underneath the live tab. It's UFC Fight Night with BB MMA picks. And will you join us? I'd like to offer you an invitation to ride with us this week at 4 a.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. Pacific time. I don't know how we're going to do it and pull this one off. I think The one good thing about it is I think the morning steam is canceled on Saturday. Okay, we're going to be covering the fights here live from Australia in the middle of the night. Hopefully, we can keep Mikey and Jeff awake either all night. Are we going to wake them up? I don't know how it's going to work. But the fights this week start at 4 a.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. Pacific time. It's on Saturday morning, right? So basically, 12 hours earlier than normal with the fights here in Australia this week. So be ready for that. Be ready uh, uh, for that this week. So, and we got some golf action coming up this week as well. And I think that's about it from the. I heard that the Live Tour is going to cancel the New Orleans event. I think it was due to tee off here. I don't know if it's this week or if it was next week, but they're running out of money quick, and the Live Tour is coming to a fast close. You know, the PIF is kind of being a little selective what they're going to do with their money here on out. If they're going to have to, invest in some other things here right now, at least while things are going on in the Middle East. And the Live Tour is going to be shut down. And, if I'm those guys, I play hardball. We know some of the guys have had to pay a little fee, but I think the PGA Tour would like to have some of those guys back. And if the whole group of them are going to be coming back here, PGA Tour is kind of making guys pay a fine, if you will, or pay a donation to come back in onto the PGA Tour. So, all right, and we saw the one piece of news there: the former Texas Tech and Cincinnati and Indiana quarterback, or is it Indiana and Cincinnati, Sorsby, placed over 2,000 bets via gambling apps on college and pro sports over a 3-year span, and now at Texas Tech he's facing a lifetime suspension. So you better hope he has an NFL career ahead of him. I don't know if he does. He's facing some trouble there. He's undergoing a rehab just to try to make himself eligible for the college football season. I think that's the way that's going down right there. So, okay. Let's get into the action here a little bit with Major League, with the NBA, if we can. Okay, here we go. Oh yes, and Andrew talking about. Oh, don't forget Kentucky. I already have my pick here on the Kentucky Derby. I might as well go with the Blazers in here right now. I think I could even show it on my phone here if I got the app here out for my pick here in the Kentucky Derby. I've already got my pick here ready to go in the Kentucky Derby, and I'll just announce it here right now. I'm going with So Happy, because that's what I am. I think So Happy here, one of the top choices certainly in the race here right now. I think at 7-1, but look, we think we got a wide open field here this week, so let's go with it. I'm going to go with So Happy to win the Kentucky Derby. I'm happy. All right. Here we go. Let's get it started here right now and go to the NBA action. It's fantastic. Magic and Pistons are going to get us started off here. Whoops, let me get the right notes here. Sorry about that noise there, you guys. Magic and Pistons are going to get us started here in this one with the Pistons favored by 10. And the total here, 212. So, look, you got Orlando actually trying to close out the Pistons here. The Pistons with their backs against the wall here right now. Man, these markets are tumbling. What happened? I thought we were heading for a good day here. And boom. For Orlando here, up 3-1 on the Pistons right now, and the pressure's on here, Detroit, to keep it alive. They're at home at least, and they're a big favorite in this one. I guess they're just so good. They're going to win by double digits in this one, as if Orlando hasn't totally outplayed them so far in this series. Seems a little bit questionable with these numbers here right now, because everybody knows Orlando's been just terrific, but who knows? I mean, there are some injuries in this game. You've got, of course, Franz Wagner, he's out of this game with a cap. Well, he's questionable right now, but it does feel like Wagner's probably going to miss this game with that cap injury right now. Jonathan Isaac also doubtful in this game. Kevin Herter questionable for Detroit, but Detroit's being priced like they're still the dominant team that they were in the regular season. We've got all kinds of questions with the Detroit Pistons right now. The underlying data doesn't support laying double digits here, I don't think. Not with Orlando 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 overall, and versus Detroit as well. They've already proven they're the ones that are kind of dictating the tempo. It feels like in this series, the Pistons are just 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 now. This series and the game against Indiana to end the season, they didn't cover. So maybe this line is inflated. Maybe the public expectation is a closeout game here, but Orlando's half-court defense and deliberate pace and physicality has shortened this game. And this one, I would think they can keep it within inside the number. Still, with Wagner out, maybe that is a bit of a factor here. Total here, it says 212 on the screen, I think, right there, but I think it's gone down to 211 here right now. I'm going to go under as my play here on the show, actually. I like the under in this game. I mean, we've already seen 2 of the games, with big-time under results. The last game, of course, 94-88. Don't forget, as it was Orlando winning it at home, and Detroit won at home 98-83. So we've already had 2 out of the 4 games, out of the 5 games in the series here. 4 games, 3-1, of course. 2 of the 4 games, massive unders, really. And I think that's might be what I think that's the more of the anticipation, I think, for me in this one. Orlando's gone under in 8 of their last 7. Detroit's gone under in 4 of their last 6, mostly because here so far, 3 of the 4 games have gone under in this series. And like I said, Orlando's the one. Remember when we talked about Orlando's surge towards late in the season there when they were having their great winning streak, because we saw all those play-in teams kind of go through mad winning streaks there at the end of the season. Orlando's was the only one that felt like they were kind of doing it with a little more defense than the rest of those teams, the Charlottes, the Miamis of the group there. So Orlando's offensive ceiling is limited on the road. I am certainly willing to admit that. Detroit, despite that talent, just hasn't consistently been able to push the pace really in the series. Look at the games that they won. They scored 113 points and 112 points. Not awful totals necessarily, but they did go under in that first game at 112-101, and then the 113-105 win did go over by 3 points there. So out of the 3 games, the one over goes over by 3 points. The rest of them go under, including the 2 that, they were massive unders. So I think the unders just feels like a little bit better play here. Orlando, I'm not saying they're going to give one away here. Like I said, they can win this game and close out the series, and that would be hunky-dory. But the Pistons, not going to give up on the season just that quick. But you don't want to see this number 1 seed possibly go down. What do you guys think in the chat? Let's go to it with a great group here today in the chat. The chat pros are ready to go. And it's Public Enemy here on the Pistons. Twisted's on the over here. Ken Raswadi says this is, you think of Orlando. I don't know if we think of back in the 80s, but we could think of the Pistons certainly back in the 80s a little bit. Robert likes the under here as well in this one. Twisted, though, does like the over. Says the number will be coming down a little bit more. I want to say hello to Larry Kelly in the chat. He says, let's cash today. Hi, Larry. Nice to see you. Thank you for commenting. Larry's eligible for the drawing here right now. Everybody is. It's in the chat, so not a whole lot. Here comes Terrell, though. Pistons. He likes the Pistons to at least beat them up in this one anyway. One thing that's happened here a little bit, and you talked about, Jalen Duren there, and you got to think that, man, Wendell Carter has really done the job here on Duran in this matchup, and it's really made him have some struggles here a little bit. I don't know if we're seeing the best from Cade. Tobias Harris has been pretty good, no doubt. Had some ups and downs a little bit. I think for me, my favorite players in the game might be on the Pistons here. I'm probably fading more of the props or taking more unders than overs when I finally get to some prop betting today. But I don't mind the matchup here for Harris. I mean, he's been pretty good in this series. But I'd probably be looking actually to fade here Duran again because Wendell Carter's just gotten so much uh, in his what. Also, Duncan Robinson, I'd probably be on the fade train a little bit. Banchero, look, playing well, tough matchup for him, but kind of neutral on everybody else. We'll see about Franz Wagner's status here, though, today, and could be a big factor if he does miss the game here. So I'm going to take the under in this one with Orlando and Detroit. And I think I still think the points are a little high. So does Cleveland Pops. I mean, Orlando's done such a great job. It almost feels like they've look, the Pistons here, if they can get out of this situation and advance, it's going to be tough enough to go up against the Cleveland Cavaliers or the Raptors. Let's not, forget about the situation here at hand in our next game. We'll get to it right now. But this is all of a sudden end up a tough matchup for the Pistons. Just maybe the wrong matchup. You got to play everybody, some good teams anyways in there. All right, Twisted says the Pistons will be fighting for their life. They'll leave it all on the court tonight. That's not always great, right? You win one and then you're out of gas for the other one, but we'll see. Could be a great comeback, but it is tough, we know, to come back from 3-1. I mean, look, it has to be the comeback starts now. It's 3-1, right? Not only you got to win tonight, the next one, and the next one, and Orlando just needs one more. If they don't get it tonight, they'll get one more chance back at home. All right. Keep it going here right now in the Eastern Conference with the Toronto Raptors and the Cleveland Cavs, both teams coming in here with a couple of wins in the series right now. Cleveland, pretty stiff favorite here at home by 9 over the Raptors here. This has been so far home team win and cover every game so far here in the postseason. So might be interested in doing it again here, I think, with the Cavs. But man, you know what? I might just end up playing these totals here right now. It feels like here for this one, the Raptors are maybe the plus side for a lot of people here with another big spread, but a lot of nerves right now here in Cleveland. Ask Pops here and the Cleveland fans. Toronto's made it pretty tough on them here right now. But like I said, the home team has gotten the money in each of the games so far, right? Cleveland was able to pick up those first 2 wins, covering 8.5 and 9.5, even though the second game was just by 0.5 point. They did get it. Then they went to Toronto, and Toronto, if anything, Toronto was even a little bit more dynamite, winning as underdogs 126-104 and 93-89, but maybe on the road, maybe just a little bit tougher here overall. Although Cleveland, we know we always pick on them because they were really a terrible home team and home favorite during the regular season, but they did get the money here twice. And I just feel like all these particular games in this series, I think it is going to be home dominated. I think Cleveland can come out here and maybe put one down on Toronto for once after losing the last 2, but I'm seeing this one probably as another under is the way I want to go, mostly because we know Toronto 14-27 to the under on the road in the regular season. Now, out of the 2 games so far at Cleveland that they did lose, one of them did go over. That was the 126-113 game, as it went kind of well over there when Cleveland won in game 1. But game 2 did stay just barely under. And of course, the total is dropped here in all the playoffs. We see it continuously going lower and lower every game. We're down all the way to 216. And this one, I think, is going to be, we're going to start to get a little bit rugged here. Look, we've gone from 222 to 221 and a half to 221 to 218 and a half, and now we're at 216. So obviously it's time to jump up. Actually, I say 216, but you know what? There's a lot of 217s and 217 and a halves right now, so I better put at least a point back. It doesn't matter. It's still moving gradually under from the whole series, right? So do you automatically say, hey, this is the one? They've lowered it now low enough here for me to go over? Not necessarily, because remember, 2 of them have gone over and 2 of them have gone under. The thought process here is the pressure's on. It's getting tighter. I'm going with the under. I think the pressure's on. It's getting tighter because we're here in the playoffs, and it's going to start to get stiffer and stiffer. We've seen more teams stiffen up in their shooting. Toronto has had head-to-head success, 5-2 against the spread their last 7, but the road form is a major flag for me. 1-6 ATS their last 7 on the road. Cleveland's won 6 straight at home, and they are the one that tends to dictate the pace and the shot selection, if you will, and making Cleveland has had some real fluctuations here. I mean, last game was almost historically bad for Cleveland, at least for this season anyway. One of their worst playoff performances in recent memory as well, with that 89 points and poor shooting. I think tonight Cleveland comes out and does shoot well, but again, I think it's going to be more deliberate here. And Cleveland games, when they're playing these division foes, we're under all the way during the regular season for sure. And the playoff adjustments tighten it up here. Toronto definitely has their certain struggles to generate efficient offense on the road. So Cleveland, they become more methodical at home. They don't need to, even with the great scorers there with Mitchell and Harden. So let's see what you guys have in the chat, but I'm going to take another under here. I think I didn't know I could actually 218 here at some books. I thought it was down. So look, Quickly, we know Quickly is definitely out for the remainder of the first round here. Let's see what the chat has to say in this one. But I'm taking another under. Okay. Terrell says Rick Mahorn here. He wouldn't have let this happen. Okay. Magic in 6 says Twisted in that other series there. Over for Twisted, over for Robert. And Pop says this total going down. It's probably the way it's going to go. So I think those guys that are saying over, they've got to be looking as if, hey, I can go over now because the total's finally dropped here. I'm in the camp of this one's going to keep going down. Watch out. The next one might be 214. Terrell says under. You get ploppy. You get ploppy play, ploppy slay, and missed shots as the pressure's on. Nukes on the wraps here, plus those points. And taking a little hook there, or +9, Nuke says. Okay, officially my play here on the show is going to be on the under here in this one with Toronto and Cleveland here. All right. Let's go to the next. Let's go out west here. One more here. Oh, there's one more. There we go. Public Enemies on the Cavs. Okay. Okay, the Rockets and the Lakers. Well, it does look, hey, what's going on? I mean, the Lakers, is it backwards? Why aren't the Rockets favored here? Well, we know why, because Kevin Durant's going to miss the game. And before, and I'm guilty of, saying, oh man, Durant, here it is in the playoffs. He's feeling a little, like he can't go on. He can't play in the playoffs a little bit. He missed 4 games in the regular season total. So Yeah, probably not feeling too good with that ankle injury. I'm going to cut him a little bit of slack here. I'm sure he wants to play, so he'll be out of this one. Lakers now. Austin Reeves still listed as questionable, but I believe that he's got more of a green arrow than a red arrow as far as possibly making the lineup. Now, questionable may leave it at a little bit less than 50%, but he's not out. In fact, it feels like he's got a shot to um, make the lineup here tonight. I don't know if it's necessarily listed as a game time. Yeah, it is game time decision here for Austin
Final.
Reeves. Uh, He's been questionable for the last couple of games as well, though, before being downgraded to out. But it does feel like he might be moving just a little bit closer. Optimistic about returning here to Game 5. Will likely have a minutes restriction when he returns. But, that will affect the playing times of Kennard and Marcus Smart, who's been pretty good. And Bronny. Bronny might have to reduce his minutes here a little bit. So let's see what you have though here. Lakers are favored by 4, total 207.5. Lakers can close it out, obviously, and they get, 3 tries to do it here. Houston has not played a very good series. They've looked pretty bad, actually. And, Durant with Durant, got to face it, there's still going to be a better team with them, even if we make fun of them that maybe they are not. But you do need Durant in there, it feels like, and he's not in there tonight. So I think the Lakers have a pretty strong chance to, knock this one out. The thing is, for the Lakers, right? Oh, now they're favored. Before they were underdogs when they came through. Well, the Lakers were actually very good as home favorites, even if we think of overrated or whether or not you like them or not. They were 24-17 against the spread at home, 30-19 against the spread as a favorite. The Lakers, who are always going to be right, I think, kind of have that good, not good team, but I don't know, just the Lakers in general. They might get a little taxi, if you know what I mean, taxed. With the point spread, and they were still able to cover over 60% of their games this year when they were favored. So, you know what? 4 is probably manageable here if it goes like it's kind of been going in this series. So I'm going to take another under, though. I'm going to go under again. I'm just going to go under in all 3 games. That's what I do. Look, honestly, though, for the situation, right, it's all about pace and playoff tightening, and the Lakers are trending under 6 of their last 8, 5 straight at home. And we've already seen Houston with some of these scores, right, in the series here, end up on the real short end of some of these. 98 points in Game 1, 94 points in Game 2, and give them credit in the game that they won, holding the Lakers to 96. So the losing team here basically is averaging about 100 points per game here. So Lakers, if they win it and cover, it's going to be right there, I guess. 205, 206, 207. But since we've already seen Houston score 98 and 94 only in this building, maybe they get only 96. I don't think the Lakers are going to be winning here by double digits. So even 106 to 96 would be an easy cover and an under. I've got to go under in this one with Houston and the Lakers here on Wednesday night. I think the Lakers probably wrap it up. Let's see what the chat has to say here in the late game with the Lakers. Everyone loves to comment on the Laker games. Nine Legacy's taking the Magic there in that other game. Public Enemy here is on the Lakers. Hello to Stop Geo. I want someone to come in and say good luck to me, not me personally. Good luck to me today in my picks. LeBron wins and goes here. Well, what a good record, right? I know everyone. I'm a LeBron apologist because I like guys that win championships and build schools and stuff like that. Terrell says, even if they're in bed with China. Look now, right? I don't know how all the politics of the world work, but we were making fun of LeBron in China. But hey, I don't know. We very good guy, good friend of the president apparently. So not LeBron, but Xi Jinping. All right, Rockets money line here. Momentum, get the momentum from game three. Are the Lakers in panic mode? Don't watch the talking heads, watch the YouTube shows. Robert's on the Rockets, so he likes them to come through here. And let's see, Rockets didn't want to get swept. And we did have the Lakers. I mean, we did have the Rockets. I had the Rockets in the last game, my top play really in that one. All right. Twisted is talking about the match here. We're seeing Sinner come out onto the court right now. He took over in this one and over and under with Lechka and Fees later on today. Twisted's on the Lakers. I've got this match ready to go in my premium picks. Hopefully you're on with me here in this one with Sinner and Jodar. Okay, and Shingun here, under 22.5 points for Bobby Mack. All right, give me the under here. I'm just going, hey, you don't have to worry about me. I'm just going under in all three games. And, hey, I've been, what can I say? I've been better with the totals than I have with the sides, I'd say. Let's move to the National Hockey League for tonight. We've got three games. All important games here. Let's get to it. Montreal Canadiens on the road here, taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. They both had 106 points during the regular season, and, well, wouldn't you know it, they're inseparable here right now with 2 games apiece here, game number 5. And, well, Tampa Bay here seems a little bit high for a series that's so close. Even if you didn't really have an opinion, you'd have to think, right? I don't know who's going to win. This series has been so close. One team's won on home ice one time, and one team's won on the road one time. You know what I mean? It started with Tampa Bay. It started with the Canadiens winning it at Tampa Bay, and then Tampa Bay winning at home. Then Montreal won at home, and then Tampa Bay won at Montreal. So they're alternating wins and losses. They're alternating one win each on the road and at home. So why would Tampa Bay, again, we're kind of in that same thing, even though they were 180 before, and I was saying, well, I mean, this is too close to call. Well, it's a little bit closer now for the dog at 165. I think that's fair to say. But still, Tampa can be and is very strong at home in a way. In Montreal, not saying they haven't been here before. I mean, they've been working here and had a little bit of playoff success. Just seems like right now this team is so much better than those other last few teams that they might be able to, make a run here. But you got to get past this Tampa Bay team, and they're always good. I would say, though, it does feel like Montreal still playing a little bit better than Tampa here right now. They're the team that's been in every game. The last 3 games, the score has been 3-2, 3-2, and 3-2. The other game was 4-3. So these are all 1-goal games. In fact, taking the goal and a half with Montreal is actually more expensive than just laying Tampa Bay on the money line outright. So I don't know which way to, you want to go necessarily with it. But like I said, I just feel like the series is so close. If you just had to, put the sweater on and you didn't know who the players were, but you'd say, hey, the teams are even all the way. Why would you be $1.65 here right now? So I'll take the under here in this one. It has a very strong chance in my mind to be 3-2, but I don't think I want to be laying the 165 here with Tampa right now. I think Montreal, if I had to look at it, I'm trying to be objective here as kind of a Montreal fan. I think over the 4 games in the series that Montreal is winning the minutes, winning the series, winning the rounds. if you will. Will that result in anything tonight on the road? Still tough to win in Tampa, no doubt about it. So let's take a look at the matchup here. Um, uh, Tampa might be priced as a typical home playoff favorite, but the matchup to me is much tighter than the line suggests. Montreal is still in elite form, 13-5 in the last 18, 7-2 on this road run right now, and have had some recent head success in the series before this series as well. So it's just that Tampa's long-term dominance in this series, 16-4 in the last 20 overall against Montreal. That could be enough to swing you to the Lightning, but does it still cover that big number? The bigger edge to me, stylistically, both teams are trending heavily to the under. Obviously, the series is 1-3 to the under so far, with the 3 straight 3-2 games here right now. First game did go over with 7 goals in it, but why wouldn't it be 3-2? Why wouldn't it be 3-2 here? It could be 2-2 heading into overtime again. Could be 2-2 after 2 with a scoreless third, and then go to overtime. How's that for a prediction? Uh, I don't know. One of the 2 of the games basically kind of went to that same pattern a little bit. Although last game, Tampa Bay had the 2 goals in the fourth period. But I'm just thinking of that game 2 games ago when it was 3-2, Montreal getting the win, and it was 2-2 at the end of 2. No one scored. Then Montreal got that overtime goal here, and anything can happen, I guess, in overtime with 2 even teams. But maybe the slight edge to Tampa to win the game, but not at the price. So that's the tough thing as a market handicapper. I wish I was just confident enough to say that these Montreal players are underrated and they'll outplay them and just win. But I can only look at it from a perspective of the price. And to me, that price is too heavy for as close as this series is, and the fact that on the road here against Tampa, they've won one and they've lost one. Talking about, both teams basically. So I think it just ends up, very tight, very shifty here in this one. Team's going to suppress chances, and I think the trends overwhelmingly support the under. And I'm going to go under again, but you know who I want to win this one. Boudreaux Rouge. Okay, let's see what's going on in the chat with this one. And we've got, hey, Ryan Muller. Good to see Ryan Muller today in the chat. Nice to have you, Ryan. Cash Kane is here on the Canadians in this one. And Jodar. Can you believe Jodar here right now and what this player now? Look, he might even be up and comer. We know he's going to be, mostly clay court, I won't say specialist. I mean, he could develop his game a little bit, but center we know is still terrific on the clay as well. But, you're going up against a player here who I think can take some sets. Okay, here we go. Cleveland Pop says first period under. Habs and Lightning under here for Public Enemy. Habs for Nuke. And that's what I would do if I'm taking the Habs here. I'm not taking the puck line. I'm just taking my chances here with this one on the money line because of the price. Okay, let's see. Twisted said center to win from behind sounds good. Maybe Jodar gets the first set. Look, the match is underway, so I think I will review, even though I want you to go over to winnable.com. But we're having some fun here. So I like Jodar to cover the game spread in this. I like him plus 4.5. I took him at plus 4.5, minus $1.20 against center here. I think his game works just fine. Jodar's been really great, and can't wait to see what he has in store in his future here. And why not? You're playing so good. You're going up against the man here. I think he can handle it today. All right, and Robert here is on the under. Charter Dexploites in the chat says, you guys are the best viewers in all of YouTube sports gambling chat. Canadians money line here for Twisted. Maybe the chat's on the Canadians a little bit. Jodar, did he just break center there, or did I miss who was? I didn't see who started serve the match here. Okay, it was Jodar was on serve. Okay, but he did win that uh, game. Nice job. All right, keep it going right now in the National Hockey League. Got to keep this show on the move. We're not even to the baseball yet. Don't forget, here in at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, it's Mikey Money, Sharky Waters. They'll have you covered with bases loaded. And bases loaded is always better when there are day games. And the guys will be here to preview the daytime and nighttime action in the major leagues on bases loaded, coming up at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Okay, here we go. Penguins and the Flyers here. Flyers looking to close out the Penguins in this one, but man, I don't know. Watch out. Uh, I, look, I've been backing these Flyers here right now. Yes, I got burned last game. Maybe I'm a little steamed. Maybe I'm switching up because I'm mad that the Flyers didn't look too good. But I'm going back to the Penguins here in this one now. I'm switching teams, I think. At least for this one, we'll see if it goes to a seventh game. I don't. There's still, I could be on the Flyers, but I'm looking at right now, and I like Pittsburgh in this game at even money. I didn't like him before, and I said, "Look, it feels like we, maybe not worthy here." But after what I saw last game, I'm going to have some big time question marks here for the Flyers coming into this one. You still can look at it. This Flyer team has been so good that -20, -120. Look, it's free play, I think, because I don't know if I'm even getting the best of it here right now. But this is a form-driven game. I think the Flyers are surging, no doubt. Still, if you look at the numbers, 9-3 in their last 12, 4-1 at home, and the Penguins have been the opposite. They had lost 6 in a row before winning the last 2 games. But to me, those last 2 games have. I'm ready to put all those losses behind them. I don't care what happened there now. Philly has a good defensive profile here, allowing under 3 goals per game, and Pittsburgh's recent games have turned into a little bit higher scoring. And I think that's what you might get here in this one. Man, Jodar's looking up to a great start here. Pittsburgh, remember, over in 11 of their last 13 games on the road here right now. And look, if Danny Vladar has any problems at all, the Penguins are going to come in here and put up some goals on these guys. The total right there, you see it at 5.5 over 20. I think I'm willing to think that the Penguins are going to come in here. I think the offense is looking significantly better right now than it has. They've scored 7 goals in each of the last 2 games after scoring just 2 goals in the 4 goals in the first 3 games overall. So I think Pittsburgh has turned it around dramatically here. Sure, is it going to be a little tougher on the road? Yeah, of course it is. But the fact that they're turning the games into a little bit more chaotic here a little bit and conflict. So look, sometimes the stronger team at home can dictate the flow, but I think if Pittsburgh comes out and keeps it going kind of fast, if you will, I think that's a problem for the Flyers here tonight. I'm switched, at least for tonight. I'm going with Pittsburgh in this one to win this one at even money right now, and at 4-2 at least. Or maybe it'll be 4-3. Go back to that old school a little bit. Flyers, Penguins. I don't think it is. If it is 2-1, 3-2, 3-1, I think that's good for the Flyers actually. And that's not what we were seeing in the first 2 games. I don't think that's what we were seeing even leading up to the series when the Flyers were pretty hot coming in. The Penguins were having problems. But I think Pittsburgh has figured it out. I think they've got a little bit of emotional momentum as well. And I'm going to take Pittsburgh today to even this series up, send it to a 7th game. And you know what? They're going to be at home in that game. So let's see what you guys have in the chat. I'm ready to go here. Can't wait to see what you guys have to say in this one. Okay, here we go. Cash Kane is on Philly here. Public Enemy's on that over. Penguins in, will it be? Penguins in 7. I mean, look, Penguins earned that number 2 seed. It's still going to be tough here. You got to get one on the road. Flyers are feeling the pressure, and Nuke is going to do it too. Is Pittsburgh more clutch? Then look, there's no problem. If you want to take Philly, you're getting a great price. I want to go with the Penguins, and sometimes in the playoffs you got to stretch it out because you want to have some, premium picks. Not premium just for some wise guy tout like me, but even when you're betting the games, right? You're like, well, I think Pittsburgh. Wish I was getting a better price. We all do, but. Or is it just built in that this is how good Pittsburgh should be? But why were they, even money picks in those first games, and then when they had lost those games? Okay, Robert's on the over. This one could go OT, says Pops. Yeah, I'm going back to the Penguins here. Vladar, can't argue the numbers. He's done a very, very good job here this season in the playoffs. This is Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, after all. I'm not saying, throw out the numbers. I mean, after all, and if any series is kind of don't throw out the numbers. Sometimes it is Pittsburgh and Philly, especially when, remember in years past, it's funny talk about the high scoring games, and there were years past where the Philadelphia Pittsburgh was always an automatic 7 goals, especially back in the day when scoring was a little higher. So Nuke says the lines just maybe aren't making a whole lot of sense here, but I think we could fair to say though, Nuke, that this is a closely rated series. Vladar, over 69% or about 69% winning percentage this season, and Silov's in there. Look, Silov's a half a goal higher in the goals against. They're going to need to come up with a clutch effort, but that's what I'm calling on them to do. Whoops, Jodar getting he's a little anxious out there. You end up losing that second game. Okay, that's it for that one. I'm going to take Pittsburgh here. I'm switching teams a little bit. But who knows? Philadelphia on the road. Maybe we can come back. We got one game at a time. Let's go to the late game here. Yeah, it's going to be the Mammoth on the road, taking on the Golden Knights. All right, man, the Golden Knights here. Now, look, $1.55, a little bit stiff here. Utah's playing great. If anything, they're the faster, younger team, kind of. But you know what? The Golden Knights have a little thing called experience, I think, here on the Mammoth. Now, it's still 2-2. No matter what happens, we're not done yet. Maybe in comparison to the Montreal-Tampa Bay series, and look, don't want to get in the habit here of laying too many $60s here at this point, but you know what? I think Vegas is probably, for me, going to get the action here, even at $1.55. I don't even think I can lay the puck line here in this one as much as I want to. I'm glad it's down to at least $1.55 right now, but you look at overall, Utah's covered the puck line here in 3 of the 4 games, even though it is 2-2 here right now, because last game Vegas won at 5-4 on the road, and they were a favorite. So far it's been Vegas gets the win at home, Utah got the win at Vegas, Utah got the win at home, Vegas got the win. So it's not a zigzag necessarily, it's a zig. And in this one, coming back here now at home where Vegas won the first game 4-2, I think I'm looking to Vegas here. I think they're going to eventually get this series. I think they're going to have the experience here to get this series in the end as well. Whether it's not in 6 or 7, we'll just have to see next game. I'm not ready to make that call. But I think it can only start here with a victory in this one. I don't think they win 2 in a row. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to take Vegas here in this one, and I'm going to do it at $1.55 or so, but not going to worry, not going to panic here too much, and I'm going to take Vegas here, even with the big price. Not ready to go necessarily on the puck line, although 4-2 doesn't sound too bad. Maybe I can even put a little bit on -1, maybe a little bit of -1.5. I like Vegas in this game to get it done against Utah and probably get to at least 6 goals. If not, maybe a seventh somehow. And if so, I guess it would be 4-3 there. But I'm going to go with the Golden Knights here. Can only go with some of these favorites a little bit. Okay, let's see here. Kane's got Utah on the spread in this one. And look, it's another case where you have Vegas at $1.65, right? But Utah puck line's $1.80. So it's actually more expensive to take the Utah puck line. And fair enough. I mean, they're playing well enough, you got to think. But like I said, these are the ones where it kind of, I don't want to take a puck line. I just got to take it one way or the other. So VGK here for Public Enemy. Robert does like the over as well. So look, it's got to be at least 4-2 or 3-3 somewhere in there to get it over 5.5. And I do have 6 listed there, but there's, I believe plenty of 5.5s here a little bit. Let's see. No, we're going to have to buy it down. So even though Robert's saying 5.5, I know he's going to have to 5.5 is going to have to lay some juice here. I mean, at least I would imagine $1.55 or so. I don't think it's lower than that. So okay, I'm on Vegas here to win the game. I'm on Vegas to win the series. Look, I think this is the point where maybe I've just got to say, look, I've got Vegas here to win the Western Conference. I have Vegas to win the Stanley Cup. I better at least go with my future. I'm not going to back down from it. I'll just take the total rather than go against it. I'm never going to do that in a public forum. You know what I mean? Like, well, I'm going to go with Utah because then I have. And granted, you can kind of throw out futures sometimes, right? If you've just given up on them or they're not going to do it. I mean, these are Golden Knights were my oldest futures. The only futures I have here are the Golden Knights and Buffalo. So, okay, that's it for the hockey tonight. But I'm on the Knights, and I think I'm on the over for sure. But the Knights are my official play here on the Morning Steam. We've got a 15-game card in Major League Baseball, and we've got daytime action here. 7 games to go here with the day games today. So it's really just split down the middle pretty much. So it should be a great day of ball. And it's all the American League games are early. Let's go to it. Let's get it started. All right. Well, the Angels and UC Kikuchi going up against the White Sox here, and Eric Petty in this one. Then Kikuchi definitely he's 0-5 as in his last 5 as a road favorite. So we saw the White Sox get it done there last night for the second win in a row. The Angels are reeling right now, actually here. Come on, give the White Sox the credit. They've won the last 2 games 8-7 and 5-2, going for the sweep here. The Angels just got swept in Kansas City. Now they can't even beat the White Sox. This team is struggling. Who wants Kikuchi as a road favorite against these White Sox right now? White Sox 13-17, Angels 12-19, but the Angels have lost 9 of their last 10 right now. They're pretty much a joke. And, White Sox, one of the more interesting teams, right? I don't know how else to put it, but you know what? They've got some interesting players, if you will, and they're got some interesting pitching here. Now Eric Petty, I don't think is might be slightly more interesting than UC Kikuchi. with both these guys here right now, you look at the stats for Kikuchi, 6.27. He's 0-3. Fetty's 0-3, but he's got 3.48 ERA, at least in a 1.14 whip. Kikuchi comes in here with a whip of 1.59. So we know Kikuchi has problems here. So I don't know where the favoritism is even coming from. It feels like in this game. Maybe there's going to be some volatility here because I like the over. White Sox have gone over in 18 of 30 this year. The Angels have gone over in 5 of their last 6. Both bullpens are bottom tier. Angels 5.79 bullpen ERA, the White Sox 4.9. The only problem is the Angels offense is pretty cold here on the road trip, but with Betty in there, maybe we'll see some runs go down here. I'm going to take the over in this one between the Angels and the White Sox. We'll see, but man, it doesn't feel like the Angels are doing too much here right now. Let's see what you guys have in the chat. I'll take the over, but man, the Angels are not looking good here. Okay, Public Enemy is on the Angels. Okay, maybe we better go to a different game. That didn't capture the imagination, I don't think, of the chat. There we go. Thank you, Nine Legacy. Angels on the money line there as well. So look, we got 2. Here it is, right back to back on the Angels here in this one. I'm making fun of the Angels like they got no chance in this game against the White Sox today. But I'll just take the over. So you guys like the Angels? I better be cautious there. Just don't throw it out there. But Fetty, much better numbers. Here's Robert on the White Sox in the first 5. Kind of going with Betty there over Kikuchi, I think there. All right, let's keep it going here right now. Next up. Now here's a much better game. The Rays and the Guardians. We saw yesterday's game 1-0. 1-0. And I don't just want to say, hey, you could have predicted that, but probably could have predicted an under right now, especially with Tampa Bay. They're on a 4-game under streak here right now. Cleveland's gone under in 3 straight. They're not scoring at all. The pitching's been decent for Cleveland, but Tampa Bay comes in here having won the first 2 games 3-2 and 1-0. So the total 6.5. We're not seeing too many 6.5s here so far this season. This is one of the lower totals of the season right here, right now. And for Tampa Bay, they're 18-11 here with definitely on a nice winning streak. Cleveland, like I said, on a 4-game losing streak. So Tampa Bay is keeping pace with the Yankees, and the rest of the American League East is falling behind these teams right now. And better wake up because Tampa Bay, and we did see some news also that Tampa Bay and their potential new stadium has hit another snag here. Are they going to get stuck in the Trop for the rest of time, for eternity? Maybe the Trop will just become this weird place where you go to lose baseball games to small market Tampa Bay, who continues to parlay it into long-term success. They might just have to end up playing the Trop their whole existence. All right, let's see what you guys have in this one. It's obviously a pretty good pitching matchup, not to make light of it, with Williams here and Rasmussen. Rasmussen is actually the cleaner starter, 2.45 ERA, 0.74 whip, 26.5% K rate, and just 4% walks. Tampa's won 6 straight. Cleveland's lost 5 of their last 6. Tampa's bullpen is shaky. Get that. Cleveland's bullpen is getting slightly better, but plus money. The Rays are always playable here for me at even money. Whatever it is, I'm taking them. Give me the Rays in this one. Both starters have been pretty good at keeping the numbers down. This series does go under 5 of the last. Tampa's gone under in 5 of the last 6. Cleveland's gone under in 4 of their last 6, and 13 of the last 16 games for Tampa at Cleveland have gone under. So that's pretty solid. Tampa is a bit of an over team this season. Cleveland, though, 6-9 to the under at home. I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Rays to win again on the road at Cleveland. Here we go with, Jodar's going for a break here. Wouldn't this be huge? Almost want to wait and see what happens. Here's the Guardians for Public Enemy on the run line. And Roberts on the Rays first 5. Andrews on the Rays. Guardians here for Cash Game, though, on the run line. Oh, Cleveland Pop says, and he's in Cleveland, so he knows about the weather today. Maybe it's a little bit of a situation here. Let's see what we got. The weather department. Wow. Bummer. I really like this game. Temperatures here in the low 50s. It will be drizzling there at the start of the game and then does let up, is what I'm showing. Winds blowing in from 5 miles an hour here in this one. So Twisted says White Sox money line, Rays money line, 9. Legacy says Guardians money line under. All right, I got to keep it moving right now here on the morning steam. Let's go to the next one. Here are the day games in the American League. They're all day games in the American League. Well, the first 5 games are the early games, and the new 2 National League games come up. All right. You got the Mariners here on the road against Minnesota. One team is playing pretty well. That'd be the Mariners. One team is not looking so good. That would be the Twins. Now, both teams still have a sub-500 record right now, but the Mariners are slowly getting back into it. They're slowly starting to improve the offense again. Meanwhile, Minnesota, they're definitely going backwards, but a decent pitching matchup right here with George Kirby going up against Taj Bradley. Both guys with pretty solid numbers here right now. For Kirby, 2.97 ERA, a 4-2 record, and a 1.04 WHIP. For Taj Bradley, 2.9 ERA, 3-1 record so far, and a 1.29 WHIP. Kirby's always going to have a little bit of the advantage here, it feels like right now, and Seattle's starting to play a lot better. Minnesota's not. Minnesota did grab the first game here, so you got to give them some credit. Right now, it is 1-1, and the series here was 11-4 as they rocked them, but Seattle came back strong, 7-1 yesterday. Minnesota still lost 8 of their last 10 coming in right now. Kirby has a better command profile with just 6% walk rate. Seattle 5-1 straight up and 4-1 on the road here recently, while Minnesota's lost 6 of 7. So Seattle's gone over in 8 of their last 9 games at Minnesota, but both these starters have been pretty solid. Over in 5 of the last 6 in this matchup overall as well. Minnesota's bullpen 5.13, and you know that Bradley probably not going to go all the way here, but I do like Bradley, but you got to think Kirby is still a little bit better than Bradley. Bradley's really really taken to Minnesota here, pitching. Look, he had good seasons in Tampa Bay, and I don't know if it was the best move if you think about it now. Minnesota, they're not any better than Tampa Bay, but there is some weather in this one too, right here in Minnesota today. Let's see what the latest is here a little bit. Okay, not much on the precipitation, but low 50s here in this one, wind blowing out to right, 10 miles an hour. So, okay, I'm going to take the Mariners here in this one. Like I said, I just think right now, overall, Mariners getting it together. Minnesota's got a lot of questions and a lot of issues, even though this is a rubber game here right now, and Minnesota did crush them the first time. I'm going to take Kirby. I'm going to take the Mariners here. Let's see what the chat does. 9, Legacy's got the Mariners on the run line. Public Enemy says Twins and Mariners over. Twisted is on the Twins money line. All right, next up, we've got the Yankees here on the road. This is a big news, big things happening here for the Yankees. You've got highly touted prospect Elmer Rodriguez, a number 3 ranked talent in the Yankee organization here. He gets the start in this one. It was going to be his regular turn in AAA, so they figured this was a better solution here right now. Carlos Rodon is on the way, maybe just a rehab 2 start away. Who knows? Rodriguez is a highly talented prospect that, hey, if he's dynamite, you figure he's going to stick around. But it could be just a spot start or two here while the Yankees try to figure out what to do a little bit with the banged up, a little bit of banged up rotation here right now. But look, Rodriguez was going to be here anyways, sooner or later, and he'll get the chance against a 15-year veteran in Nathan Eovaldi. Eovaldi, though, 5.78 ERA. It's not quite working out for him this year. 2-4 record. Rangers have lost 3 straight games, and the Yankees have taken the first 2 in this series rather confidently, despite the fact that the score was 4-2 and 3-2. It did kind of feel like the Yankees were kind of large and in charge. They are 20-10 this season. They've won 9 of their last 10. They're 12-5 on the road. Meanwhile, Texas 6-8 at home, 7-10 as a dog. We know all the games go under. You might as well. I can't believe it's 8.5. I mean, don't they realize this is Elmer Rodriguez, the highly touted prospect here of the Yankees, coming in to pitch this game today? And it's still 8.5 over here right now. Let's see, we do have a couple players out of these early games here. We're starting to get some of the information in. Everson Pereira for the White Sox, the center fielder, not in the lineup today for the White Sox. And let's see, we got one more here, Tampa and Cleveland. Caminero is in the starting lineup. Caminero is in the starting lineup today. Remember, he took that shot in the jaw, but he is in the starting lineup today. Okay, hey, I got to take the Yankees right now in this one over the Rangers. Rangers seem to always have a Yankee problem right now. So in a game where, look, it could just easily just give out the under here and not be wrong, right? I mean, we don't need me to explain it here what's going on with these Rangers unders right now. Yes, one of the games did go over here recently when they what game was it actually? I can't even think of it right now. Maybe it didn't. Rangers are 2-11 to the under at home this season. It's solid under city every time. So I'm going to take the Yankees. I think everyone knows probably should be on the under in the Texas games right now. Yankees are also an under team. 11-15 to the under is a favorite. 6-10 on the road, and it's 8.5 because the rookie's pitching. I don't know. But these games are ridiculously under right now. So probably because it's a rookie. I'll take the rookie, though. I'm actually taking the rookie here as a slight favorite on the road. Give me Rodriguez and the Yankees. Okay, here we go. Rangers first 5 for cash gain. Texas Rangers first 5, full game run line for 9. Legacy likes the Rangers to roll. And Twisted said, this is his first start, so first start or not, give me the Rangers to avoid the sweep. And Jimmy Lambo's stealing eggs from the grocery store here because of what happened yesterday with the Phillies team total. Robert here's on the under. And you know what, Jimmy, I would suggest, look, you might get, you go to the grocery store, you got those people, they're checking your receipt and everything. I would say go for the chicken coop. Just go, avoid the store, go out to the farm, and I think less trouble there. Okay, Yanks here for Public Enemy. And let's do it today. Let's get it back. Just do it on this game. Yankees, and let's parlay it. Yankees and under. Eovaldi, look, he's having some. He should be getting the numbers down, but each season it seems like we have some Eovaldi. It's like, does he really ever kind of live up to expectations right now? Sure, he's going to go out there. He's going to give you a good, he's going to give you solid innings, or he's going to give you innings. Hello to our Tops in the chat today. Hey, Jimmy Lambeau's going to be going. Watch out. Lock up your chickens. Okay, the Red Sox are at the Blue Jays here in this one. Both teams obviously having some issues here, getting going right now. But Red Sox, they fired the manager. They're coming in here all of a sudden, won a couple of games, but they did lose to the Blue Jays last time out. But still, you got two pitchers here kind of struggling big time, right? Bello and Lauer here. Bello comes in with a 9 ERA. He's 1-3. Lauer comes in with a 6.75 ERA. He's 1-3. So can't really trust in these guys here at all right now, no matter how you look at it. Yes, for the Red Sox, just 3-7 as an underdog so far this season. 7-10 on the road. Toronto at home, okay, so far they've won 6 of 4, but they're 13-16. Boston's 12-18. They're losing contact with the Yankees and the Rays already. The O's can't necessarily get it too good together here either as well. So important here to kind of win this one, it feels like right now. And yeah, you know what? It could look worse than taking maybe an even money choice here with the Boston Celtics here in this one. Let's see how you guys have it here today. I got to save some premiums right now, but man, I don't know. Whoops. I don't want to. Let me fix the Blue Jays name there. The Blue Dot Jays. We don't want that. There we go. So let's see how you guys think in this one with the Red Sox here. Look, Toronto, yes, they probably have the slightly better form here, 6-3 straight up. And yeah, Bello's numbers are brutal here right now. Not only the 9 ERA, but a 2.73 whip and a 374 batting average against. But Lauer can be trusted either here. Maybe Toronto's offense gets a better starter matchup. Both these pitchers with inflated ERAs, they're no good, so I expect volatility. The Jays bullpen is not that elite either, 4.25 ERA, so the trend's actually point under the matchup. But when you got these two guys right now, Toronto's been a little bit of an under at home, but Boston 11-6 to the over on the road here. I'm taking the Boston Celtics. I'm taking the Boston Red Sox here at plus money a little bit. Give me Boston here in this one. I was going to send that out possibly in the premium here, but I'm going to go with it on the show. I was going to play that one as a sports money premium, but let's do it on the show here. I'm going to take the Boston Red Sox on the road. A little bit of an upset here. Let's see what you have in the chat. Blue Jays for Public Enemy. Twist is going out to the coop. 9 legacy for the Blue Jays on the money line. Bello's scary, right? When is he going to come around, right? This guy's supposed to be pretty good pitcher here, but it's not quite working out right now. But I'm going to take him today. And I think here a little bit, I'm thinking the volatility as well. It's kind of going to maybe keep it up in the air a little bit, maybe a little bit of wild play. That could help at any time. And I don't know who's got the looks like the Jays have the better matchup here for a certain extent, but some of these guys still outside of Vladdy, outside of Jimenez, but Okamoto did have that big hit. Ernie Clement's been awesome. Boston's got issues here certainly, but Rafaela's picking it up. Contreras is okay. Abreu's been solid. All right, I'm taking the Red Sox. Hey, the Marlins are on the road against the Dodgers. Tyler Glasnow has won every start here now. What is it? 12 starts in a row, dating back to last year for Glasnow. Is that right? 2.45 ERA, 3-0 record right now. Sandy, 3.04 ERA, 3-2 record. Good pitching matchup, it feels like to me. Glasnow's been dealing, but Miami did win yesterday, 2-1. We mentioned it. How about my man Stowers coming through there a little bit? Alcantara 1.11 whip. Glass now a .70 whip here in this one. Look, the Dodgers win these games, but at 220, I'm not trusting the offense here necessarily right now to get a multi-run victory here. But man, 220 just seems hard. I'd rather probably just take the Marlins on the run line. Problem is, they're probably not going to win. Glass now, like I said, 12 straight wins, but I don't want to lay it. It doesn't seem right. 220 right now with any, even with the Dodgers here. So they lost it yesterday. I mean, it showed Shohei Ohtani was pitching after all. So I think the Marlins have a big chance here to compete in the game. Give me the under here in this one with the Marlins and the Dodgers. You got to think these starters can be on their game a little bit. And I'm going under the 8 runs here with the Marlins and the Dodgers in this one. My numbers right now have it at about 7.6. So I'm going to have to go under, especially if it's juiced up a little bit here to the over 8. The trends are kind of loud. Miami's over as a 4 and 1 to the over in their last 5, and 7 and 2 to the over in the last 9 on the road. 14 of the last 17 games between these two teams have gone over, but I'm going under because of the starters here. I think both Sandy and Glasnow. We know Glasnow very, very sharp. Dodgers here, though, at 225. No, thank you. I think I don't want to lay that here right now. If Dodgers win, it'll be a 1-run game, I think, for sure. But Glasnow, some of these numbers pretty, 143 batting average against, 31% K rate. Let's go to the chat here. And it's going to be, Sinner's starting to wear him already here in the first set. He might actually break him again already. I need 3 games here at least, but Jodar just showing the frustration, can't figure out Sinner here all of a sudden. Dodgers on the run line here for Public Enemy. Marlins money line for 9 legacy. All right, we'll keep it moving here right now. We're doing pretty well here. Let's see here. Cubs and Padres. Uh-oh. Well, guys, for the Padres today, Matt Waldron, a knuckleballer here. He's the only knuckleballer in the major leagues. And can be tough sometimes when the knuckleballer's on, but he hasn't been on at all this season at all. He's got a 12.46 ERA. Jameson Tyone, 4.5 ERA here, but Waldron's just been getting smacked around. I'm not taking him here, even with my Padres. I've got to go with the Cubs. I don't even know if I'm going to break this one down. I'm just taking the Cubs because I think Waldron is not. We'll see. The Padres have a couple of guys here in the minor leagues that could come up here very, very soon and, settle the issues here. They just, right now they're having to go with Waldron. He does have experience. I mean, he's come in and thrown that knuckleball before, even had some success throwing the knuckler here for the Padres and had some wins, even some kind of funny wins where, you know how it is with a knuckleballer. They could be on one day and throw a 2-hitter with 88 pitches, and then the next day they're out of the first inning with 6 runs. We did, Padres here have, signed a couple of pitchers here of late. Well, signed Lucas Giolito anyway, who could be called up here at any moment. Right now, I think he's getting a little work in the AAA. Also, they have J.P. Sears. He probably could be up here as well. Why not? Why wouldn't you have a left-hander up here instead of Waldron? I've got to question my Padres here right now. But look, the hitting, it doesn't matter. They're in every game, it seems like here. I'm going to take the Cubs in this one. Waldron are probably going to get hit pretty hard here. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is the one he gets a good start, but I don't feel like it. I'm just taking the Cubs. I don't even know if I have a breakdown of this game because I'm just fading Waldron here. The Cubs are still 11-3 in their last 14 and 9 18 and 12 in their last this season, right? Remember they were on a big time roll before they went on this road trip a little bit. Waldron with these bad numbers. Padres' home form is great right now, and against Tyone here, you'd think maybe they can get something. The Sharps are on the under here. I don't know what they're thinking, but I don't know. Maybe the Cubs will have problems with the old knuckleball here, but I'm not buying it. I'm going to take the Cubs here in this one. I think they'll be probably the Cubs will be able to get some runs here. Look, the Cubs were able to wrestle it away there, almost in that last game. 8-3. Cubs did win. Pete Crow Armstrong had a big home run in the game there yesterday. Cubs are over in 7 of their last 8 and 10 of their last 12 on the road. The Padres are over in 4 of their last 5, and Waldron's getting hit hard. Even at Petco, you got to think this is going to be a high-scoring game. I'm going to take the Cubs, though, here to win. In this one, the West Up Parlay is in. It's Dodgers money line, Lakers money line, BGK money line. Thank you to West Up. Good to see you today. Good. Have a great day. A cash gain here on the over. Public Enemy says Cubs money line. I'm taking the Cubs. I'm not down on the Padres. Just this is not a. I want to see them. They've just signed Giolito. He's going to make it to the majors here pretty soon, I would think. Okay, next up. Astros here on the road, taking on the Orioles here with Lambert for the Astros and Bassett for the Orioles. Bassett has 6.75 ERA and 1-2 record coming in. Lambert 3.27 ERA, 1-1 record. Remember what I said? Hey, go get yourself an old Colorado pitcher and see if they're, maybe a little bit better outside of Colorado. Lambert looked pretty good, but we'll see if that works out for him here in this one. The Astros are still having big-time problems here. They've lost 3 of 4. For Baltimore here right now, they're coming in off the win yesterday. They picked up the win here 5-3 in this first game of the series here in this one. And let's see what you think. Orioles as a favorite, a little bit of a tough spot here, but the Astros are not really looking good at all here at this point. They're currently 11-19 overall. The Orioles 14-15 coming in. Maybe Lambert gives the advantage to the Astros pitching department wise, but Baltimore has a better overall form, and Houston has lost 15 of their last 20 overall and just 2-10 in their last 12 on the road. So Houston has that ML worst bullpen too, 6.27 ERA this season. I think this one, Houston's gone over in 8 of their last 12. Baltimore's gone over in 7 of their last 8 coming into this one. Give me the over here. I'm going over. I think that's a better option here right now in this one. I'll take the over with the Astros and the Orioles. The Orioles are 8. These two teams are 39-20 to the over. Nearly 2/3 of their total games are going over. Nine Legacy says Cubs run line, Astros money line. Twisted says Astros on the money line. Cash Kane went Astros run line as well. And I missed the comment there by Twisted talking about Waldron back there. The Padres do got a great bullpen, no doubt, but the numbers are just, it's 2 starts with a 12 ERA. You can only get better, I think. Okay, Public Enemy likes the over there with the Astros and O's. Bassett blows, Twisted. It's on the Astros. Lambert puts him on the Astros. Yeah, I think that's the case for me too. I think, look, Lambert, the 2 starts have been very acceptable so far, no doubt. But let's see on the road now. The Houston's definitely still struggling. All right, let's keep it going. We got a ways to go here yet. We're not to the night games. Well, we are now. That was a night game. Here's a night game. Giants and the Phillies right now. You've got Logan Webb here, 4.87 ERA for Webb. Chris Sanchez, 2.94 ERA, 2-2 record coming in. So Webb, look, not Webb-like numbers on the over last. What are Webb-like numbers now? I mean, is he starting to, kind of have a elevated ERA permanently here right now? I'm sure it'll be better, but hey, Philadelphia got the win there yesterday by the score of 9-7, or I'm sorry, 7-0. As a shut them out, the Giants couldn't really get going here in this one, but Phillies here against Logan Webb. I don't know. Feels like a pretty okay matchup. Now, look, say what you will. The Phillies, they're still 10-19. They're still having all these problems here right now, but they should get better here, especially this lineup starting to look old, though. I'm worried. Sanchez has strong ERA and strikeout numbers, but he does have a 1.6 whip and a 310 batting average against. So Giants were shut out yesterday here, but they did score back-to-back 6-run outbursts against Miami in the previous game. Philadelphia, meanwhile, yes, 6-10 at home, 9-12 as a favorite. The Giants don't have a great road record here necessarily, but Sanchez and Webb both allow a lot of base runners, even though Sanchez's numbers are pretty okay so far. His whip is not the best here, 1.6. So look, the total here is 7, but I think these guys are allowing too many base runners here. I think eventually an 8th run or more can get there. Remember, when you start putting guys on base at Citizen Bank Ballpark, all of a sudden you're giving up some runs here possibly. Phillies offense has struggled, but the low number, I think, for me, has beyond the over, actually. With Webb and Sanchez, I'm going to go over in this one. Okay, let's see here. Maybe Twisted likes the over. Canes on the Giants here. 9 Legacy says Giants run line and under. Twisted says San Francisco on the money line. And I'm going to take the over in this one. Next up, we've got the Rockies on the road, and Sugano here. Williamson for the Reds, $1.45, 9.5 under 20 here. Williamson, 5.4 ERA so far, and a 2-2 record. Sugano, 3.41 ERA and a 2-1 record. Colorado lost last game, but they've still won 3 of 4. Cincinnati did win at 7-2. I think Cincinnati's found someone they can beat. Rockies have been a good story here so far. They're still 13-17, and Cincinnati's had a dynamite record. They're still 19-10, no matter how you look at it. Cincinnati's had a great start to the season. This one might be a little bit high at $1.45, and I'm not sure I mind here. I think as good as the Rockies have been, if they lost 7-2 yesterday, they might get beat here comfortably today, actually. I'm not sure I'm about it. I'm certainly going to be on Colorado quite a bit, and they're not terrible on the roll. We know they've been an underdog in every game, and they're 19-11 as a puck line dog. But Cincinnati is 5-2 as a puck line favorite. They've been so strong here. I think we're going to see the runs coming in. Cincinnati did score 7 yesterday here, and I imagine we're going to get some runs. Today, it feels like, first of all, we're in the Great American Small Park. The Reds have gone over in 10 of their last 12 games at home. Colorado trends heavily to the under, but especially on the road, 6-11. So you have a big contrast here, but again, they're not playing all their games in road games, and we know they're already playing at home when it's at home. But I think here in the Cincinnati Park, Cincinnati's probably going to win this game, right? Maybe they even get the run line victory. I'm going to go over, though, in this one. Give me the over here. Another over. Oh, my gosh. What am I doing here? And it's getaway day? Usually I'm on a lot of unders on getaway day. I guess I'm on some unders here, but all right. Twisted said can't do Williamson $1.45. I really don't know if I could either, but I don't know if uh, sometimes you just got to go with the play, and I think this one might be. But look at the Nine Legacy. He'll lay 2.5 here today. Cash Cane will go Oppo Taco here with the Rockies -1.5 alternate run line. Next up, the Cardinals are on the road taking on the Pirates here. Andre Palante going up against Bubba Chandler. Hey, hasn't been great for Bubba so far. 4.88 ERA. Maybe they rushed him along here. Pirates have lost 3 in a row, including 2 straight here to the Cardinals. Yesterday's game was 11-7. The opener was 4-2. So Cardinals have won first 2 games here in this series, and at plus money here, it's actually gone down about 10 cents, but I'm going to probably take the Cardinals here in this one. I like what I see right now. Cardinals starting to move a little bit. They kind of faded a little bit again last year. We haven't seen the Cardinals we usually expect, but they are 16-13 here. Right now, the Bucks still 16-14, but they're starting to come back to the means here a little bit. Bubba Chandler does have a 1.5 whip so far. Palante 1.42. Palante, look, he's still got experience here. And I think I like the Cardinals here at a little bit of plus money. I'm going to take them on the road. Give me the Cards here in this one. Cardinals, like I said, they kind of own this series a little bit here as well. Chandler, you got to be concerned with that ERA. Also a 17 point, it might have went down. His ERA is walk rate's definitely, I believe, 15% or higher. Both starters have had kind of control concerns, even though the series is under heavy. Let's just see what happens here in this one. Maybe it will go under. I know the Sharps are on the under for the most part here, but I'm not sure I can do it right now with these two. Man. Okay, let me go to the chat, though, in this one here. Cardinals also a 5.18 bullpen ERA, which can keep it elevated here as well. Okay, let's see here. Cardinals for Twisted. Johnny says take the over in the first 5. He says Twisted Cardinals might be his favorite play. And Nine Legacy likes the Pirates here in this one. I'll take the Cardinals, however. And we'll keep it going. Man, we're doing a good job here. Don't forget, we're just an hour away from the guys here, less than an hour away from Bases Loaded. The guy's going to preview the card. I'm going to preview the rest of the card here right now with the Nationals on the road taking on the Mets. Here in this one, Cade Cavalli on the mound going up against Drew Peterson. Hey, the Mets finally got a win there yesterday. They shut them out 8-0. Give the Mets credit. They're going to figure it out once in a while. They're still 10-19 here right now. Washington's 10-7 on the road. They've done a nice job here. And so I guess David Peterson, so he's back in the rotation, huh? Did he ever leave the rotation? Technically? Mets are $1.70. That can't be. I mean, who wants to take the Mets here in this one? $1.70. Okay, so they won a few games here, but they're still mired of the poor record here right now. Washington's actually won 2 of 3 coming in. I'm on Washington here. Forget about it. I'm going. Do we have to break it down? I'm already taking Washington here with Cavalli at plus $1.45 in this one. Look, Peterson should be better. I'm sure he'll be fine, but 5.05 ERA, 1.5 whip. Cavalli, 4.0 ERA, 1.66 whip. Not great, but and a 7.5. Come on. These guys aren't going to be able to get all those outs, are they? Yeah, I know that so far you got The Mets are kind of an under team here, 3-6 in their last 9, but Washington's still 19-9 to the over this season. And Peterson has had these woes here. I'll take the Nationals here, but there are going to be some runs. Come on. Let's see what the chat has to say in this one. No, nothing for the chat. Oh no, same. Oh no, yeah, nothing. Okay, let me just keep it moving then. Hey, we got a good one here tonight with the Tigers and the Braves with Scooball going up against J.R. Ritchie, not J.R. Richard, but J.R. Ritchie. Boy, wouldn't you like to have J.R. Richard though on your team? If you know, man. J.R. Richard, remember he had the heart attack and it caught everybody by surprise? It was warming up. Remember he was not. It was in a practice session or in throwing session. All right, Atlanta's won 2 straight here right now. Richie, 2.57 ERA, 1-0 record, 1.0 whip. We'll see how good he is. Tariq Skubal, we'll see how good this Tariq Skubal guy is. We have a little bit of breaking news here coming in right now, and we are getting word that Franz Wagner tonight has been downgraded now to doubtful. We already said that he was already trending, that it looked like he would not make the lineup. I think this is almost going to seal it. He's still not officially out here, but he's downgraded here to doubtful right now. The line is reacting here accordingly. Seeing it go here possibly to 10.5 here at a few books right now with Wagner ruled doubtful here now. All right, Tigers and Braves here in this one with Skubal and Richie here. And, look, Scubal's great. We know that 2.73, 0.99 whip coming in. Numbers very, very solid here so far. 3-2 as well. But we know the Braves are playing in terrific here. They're 21-9. The Tigers are just 15-15. They're still 5-13 on the road, even if they have an unused parentheses around their name that shouldn't be there. There we go. For the Braves here, they're also 5-9 to the under, 1-3 to the under as a dog. Yes, the Tigers do trend over, but as a favorite, they don't go as over quite often here. I have a feeling this one's going to be some good pitching. I think we're going to get to see more of J.R. Ritchie here as well. I think he looks pretty good. And I think Atlanta's just played a little bit better here right now of late. The run line isn't an awful price here at minus $1, 35 or so. Let me see if it's gone up. It might be $1.40 now. $1.35. I'm taking the Atlanta Braves on the run line here against the Tigers. But you know what? I'll be probably doing something with this total here in this one. I think we're going to see some pretty good pitching out of these starters, actually. Let's see what you guys think in this one. I think Scubal's great. We know that. But Atlanta's form here, 11-2 in their last 13, 5-1 their last 6 at home, and 9 straight wins against Detroit, by the way. It is an interleague series, so that's over the last 3 years. But getting a little plus money, too. I might have to sprinkle some money line here in this one. Scubal's great, but Richie looked good in his first start. Atlanta's bullpen, 3.19 ERA, 1.1 whip. Also, is there a little bit of weather here, I understand? I don't see too much rain here right now. They did say that possible moderate rain, but I don't see it here really too much. Wind blowing out 5 miles an hour to left field. All right, I'm going to go here. Yep, I'm still sticking with it here. I'm going to go with the Braves on the run line. All right, Twisted maybe going under here. And LALB talking about the matchup there with Cleveland and Toronto. 9 Legacy says Braves run line, Mets run line. And Nuke likes Scooble here still to deal. And Twisted said he likes Richie too, but not right now, not against Tariq Scooble. I got you. That's why I'm taking the run line, I think, a little bit too. And Kane says under first 5. I think that's under first 5. Oh, we got one more there? Yeah, I got you. I got it right. All right, a couple more here, and then the show's over. Thank you, everybody, for joining me here. Arizona and Eduardo Rodriguez. 2.89 ERA for the left-hander. Sproat for the Brewers, Brandon Sproat. 6.45 ERA right now coming into this one. Look, I'm always going to try to back Eduardo here. The numbers aren't great, but still 2.89 ERA, but a 1.32 whip. But Sproat, 6.45 ERA, 1.57 whip right now. Got a lot of work to do here. I'm all about the Diamondbacks actually here moving forward. I think they're going to have a pretty good season even if they are chasing the Padres and the Dodgers all year. Milwaukee did win yesterday, 13-2. Make no mistake, they did blow them out here. But I'm going to be on the Diamondbacks in this one today with Eduardo Rodriguez. I like the starting pitching matchup here. Basically, they've got a better profile here, in my opinion, by a pretty wide margin. Also, Sproat has walk issues. Arizona's bullpen is a bit of a concern right now, but I think the plus money is enough for me to want to get involved here with Arizona. I'm going to take the Diamondbacks in this one. Arizona is 16-10 to the over. Milwaukee is 16-12 to the over. So the two teams are combined 32-22 to the over so far this season. Also, Arizona 11-5 to the over is a dog. Milwaukee 10-5 to the over is a favorite. So probably going to see this one go over here right now, but I'm going to take Arizona at this point. Work on the total later. Scooble and Glass now for a parlay back there for LALB. Cash gains on the Brewers on the money line. Twisted says Diamondbacks money line, lean to the over. All right. I'm going to go there with the Diamondbacks. Let's see here. One more, and that's it. All right. So the card's going to end kind of abruptly here, but there is one late game, 9:40 Eastern, 6:40 Pacific with Kansas City. And Michael Wacha. Wacha's looked good here so far. He's up against Luis Severino, who, can be good at times, but Wacha right now, 2.5 ERA, 2-1 record, and a 0.9 whip, 0.93 whip. He's looked pretty good. The A's are at home here. Kansas City, all of a sudden, what can you say? They've had a little bit of a good little run here. 4-game winning streak for Kansas City. It's about time. Witt hit the home run yesterday in the top of the 10th inning. They got a little momentum here right now, and I think with Wacha going, I'm going to take them. I'm going to take the Royals at even money here. Yes, Oakland at home, maybe okay here, but really just 5-6 at home. The Royals have a poor road record. They're poor as a dog so far, but a little bit of momentum here. Don't forget the Royals are still 3-10 to the under on the road, 3-8 to the under as an underdog, but A's are 8-10, 9-2 to the over at home, 5-0 to the over as a favorite. And we know this stadium isn't over. It just happened yesterday to be an under there. It was 1-1 after 9, so it's never going over. But I'm taking Kansas City here today with Wacha. I'm going to take the Royals in this one. The A's we're playing pretty well. That was a clunker of a game yesterday. It's going to be tough enough, but I just think Waka over Severino. Severino right now, 5.17 ERA, 1.56 WHIP. So that's kind of what I'm going off of here a little bit. And the Royals did come up clutch yesterday, winning it in 10 innings after all. Royals first 5 here for Kane. 9 Legacy says Diamondbacks run line and A's on the money line. I think the morning steam has just ended. Thanks a lot, everybody, for joining me here today. Have a great sports betting day. Let's hear from Mikey Money. I'll get ready for the drawing, then we'll get you out of here. We're just 40 minutes away from Bases Loaded with Mikey Money and Sharky Waters. And Mike's going to promote my winnable right now.
Hey, it's Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
You see LALV. Look at this. Man, I feel bad for the Vancouver Whitecaps. I mean, you don't want to take the Vancouver Whitecaps out of Vancouver, but they've really got a stadium mess a little bit. You know, maybe they could play at Hastings Park. I think was the talk that they could build a soccer stadium where the old Hastings Park horse track, but Vegas is going for, Vegas wants everything. We have a team here in Vegas, the Las Vegas Lights in the USL, but I think you got to go to I think you got to bring another team here into Las Vegas from the MLS. If not, they're going to expand here. So MLS is getting so big. I know soccer, I remember back in the North American Soccer League, and I was like, wow, as a kid, and I'm like, wow, that's a big soccer league, man. And we know that soccer's been the next big sport in this country my whole life, and it's never worked out. You got to admit the MLS right now with all these teams, and no teams are really that much in trouble. Vancouver was in the championship, for crying out loud. Let's do the drawing here and see who wins maybe 1 month. Do you want 1 month of my picks? I hope so. I'm going to give you a month for free right now to Ryan. There he is. Good to see Ryan there, and hope he's still around. He wins the drawing. Just use the promo code winner. Go to winnable.com/Ramon. Use the promo code winner, and you're going to get that free month. Just sign up for a month, and choose winner. You're going to get 1 free month if you're out there, Ryan. If not, no big deal. Really appreciate it. Great comments from the chat. Great job by the chat today. Made my job easy here with you guys. Made my mug all big in your face. There we go. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa. Oh, everything. All right, I'll be back tomorrow with more morning steam here if I can figure this out. There we go. Be back tomorrow with more morning steam. We got more day games on tap tomorrow. We've got a Thursday action. We got golf. I'll be back. I'll be sending out my golf package this week. Make sure you're signed up for free over at winnable.com/Ramon. You'll get my golf picks tomorrow. You don't have to get the paid package. If you go to winnable.com/Ramon and sign up for free, you get those. Look, my paid package, the premium package, does come through every day, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a few updates, more than a few updates sometimes. The free picks, you're going to get 1 or 2 updates of some good quality picks here. So make sure you sign up. And that's how you get my golf too. That's how my golf is goes out here with the free picks. So you're going to want to get signed up with me there to get those picks here on the golf tomorrow. So got a good tournament here this week. And if you sign up for free, you also get in your winnable feed with me my cover the spread show. Where look, that's my well, I don't want to say that. Look, this show's important. Other shows are important, but some of the shows are pretty important. If you know what I mean, you get what you pay for. So please sign up for free. You're going to get some great picks for that cover the spread show. I lost yesterday, but I was hot before that. So thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow here. Stay tuned. 30 minutes is going to be Mikey Money, Sharky Waters with Bases Loaded. And don't forget, they keep telling me, Razor sent me messages. Mike said, don't forget, tell everybody. We're just 2 days away from the big merger here between the Sports Money Network and Razor Sharp Picks Network. Razor Sharp Picks, Razor's got a great brand. We know Razor will always be Razor Sharp Picks, but I spoke to Razor. He says he loves the Sports Money Network concept, so we're joining forces. It's all going to be under the Sports Money umbrella, but look, Ramon is Ramon, Mikey is Mikey, Razor's Razor. We've seen the great show now with basically Dylon and Nick Handy. I mean, they're a staple already. I mean, they've been doing it here. Nick has joined the crew with us, and it's a great show. And that's the one I'm going to have to go on every day, I think, at least for a couple of hours with those guys. I can't let them, be working so hard and not help them a little bit. They're doing a great job. So if you're not watching it already, and it's going to be under the Sports Money umbrella, but every day we've got Dylon and Nick Handy doing the evening show here, several hours, especially right now during the postseason. So make sure you're joining those guys right now, and I'll have to get over there. I mean, probably by the first of the month. If I don't get over there, I'm missing a golden opportunity. So, all right, that's it. See you tomorrow for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Las Vegas.
Cash, then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steal. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the mother.